Rob, huge game tonight. Huge game. Lakers, Clippers. And this one means a lot. Now, let me say, the Clippers have beaten the Lakers 10 straight times. But don't let that fool you, Rob. This is a big one. Both teams right now are tied with a 41-38 record. Clippers, by obviously, like I said, they've won 10 straight. They have the tiebreaker. So they're the 6th seed. And you know, nowadays with the play-in tournament, the top 6 seeds in each conference avoid the play-in. Golden State, 42-38. So they're only ahead of those two teams because they've played one more game and won it. They're the 5th seed. Lakers currently in 7th. All right. So it's a big game in LA tonight. But the Lakers are on a back-to-back. Last night they had a barn burner, real nail biter, real Donnybrook broke out there in Salt Lake City. And the Lakers LeBron had to play, I think he played 38 minutes. AD was over 40. And they edged a Utah team that was without its 2 best players, Larry Markkinen and Jordan Clarkson. And now, Rob, the Lakers' 2 best players, LeBron and AD, are questionable. Neither's hurt, but we know LeBron's just gotten back from the foot injury, and AD just kind of, I guess, for precautionary reasons, doesn't play back-to-backs. When Rob G was the last one in November, I think. Last time he played a back-to-back. Yeah. So, Rob, I throw this out to you. Should they play?
I guess my answer is, of course they should play, but here's the dilemma. If they play him, then they can't really use the excuse of not playing back-to-backs if you're playing because it's an important game. If it's about the science that you guys are preaching and they showed at the back-to-backs and all that, then they should not play if you're going to stick by that and continue to not play them for back-to-backs. Because if they play tonight, then that means that they're throwing the science out the window and it doesn't really matter because it's a big game and they want to win. All of a sudden, you've changed your priorities because the game matters. So the other stuff that you've been talking all year is malarkey and really doesn't factor in because now all of a sudden you're throwing that out the window. Whatever. We don't care. The science, don't play back-to-backs. When LeBron just came back, we don't care. We need to win tonight. Well, which one is it? Of course they should play, Chris, but they better not if they're going to hold on to this baloney malarkey about back-to-backs. That's where the issue comes in for me.
Yeah, I don't buy that though, because teams do that and players do that all the time. How many times do we hear a guy or a team say, "Well, if it was the playoffs, he could play"?
Like, it's not the playoffs.
Yeah, but it essentially is.
No, I mean, but it's not the playoffs.
It's not officially the playoffs, but it's affecting your playoff seeding. So it's a more important game than a Tuesday night in January. I mean, so I don't think that's a big issue. I mean, like I said, we get it that every regular season game doesn't really mean the same thing. So I think they could do that. My thing is this, right? And look, I think we both would agree. If their health is in jeopardy, of course you sit them. You don't want to be in the play-in, but heck, you'd rather be in the play-in with LeBron and AD healthy than with LeBron and AD hampered and you get the 5th or 6th seed. We all get that. My question is this, Rob. Are they hurt? I mean, LeBron was great last night. He drove to the basket, spun, hit a layup in traffic to win the game. He played, I think I said 38 minutes. Took 27 shots. Scored 37 points. Anthony Davis, he played. His numbers are fine. 21, 14, 6 assists, 2 blocks, 42 minutes. Is he hurt? That's I get it that if you just want to be overly cautious, okay, but I don't know, Rob. Did they look hurt to you last night?
No, they did not.
Right?
And but that's just my point is you're playing these games, play the season out. If somebody's not hurt, my God, are they 80? Like AD, what was the game that they didn't play? Was it at Houston? What was that game that they gave up on the road?
I feel like it
Houston.
Was Houston. Yeah.
You remember that game, Chris?
Didn't play. It was probably back to back.
Like that was a loss. That was back to back. Where they might not be in this spot. You know what I'm saying? Like if they would have won that game. That's why I don't know. It makes no sense. But if you're going to stick to, if that game didn't matter to you when you played Houston with a chance to beat them and no LeBron and AD sat. Remember, that was when LeBron wasn't even playing.
Right.
Now tonight against the Clippers in this important spot, if you stick to what you've been doing, both of those guys should not play tonight. And if you do that, that tells me a lot.
But we
that
know
something's wrong.
We noted that. We know that not only the Lakers, but teams in general do this. So I don't think it's gonna. I mean, I don't know. I'm not as big into the if they sit. They've been resting when they aren't hurt. Yeah. I mean, them and every
I'm just saying
team in the league.
it's just phony. Either the science is real and you're following it.
Well, the science.
But that's what I'm saying.
I
it's
think
phony.
both you and I look. We know it's real. We just think it's. I feel like it's just overly cautious, and this goes for. We've talked about it in regards to baseball pitchers and
people still
NBA.
Get hurt. They take people out. No, it has not stopped people from getting hurt. That's
in fact,
the part.
It feels like they get hurt more than ever, right?
Exactly. So that's the issue that doesn't make any sense. Is if you showed me like this science, Chris, and then play back to back, and Anthony Davis was able to play 75 games because he missed the 7 back to back, then okay,
right.
But that ain't the case. He ain't playing,
totally.
And he still gets hurt.
Totally. And here's why the game's so important, Rob. If the Lakers win tonight, like if they win out, they've got 3 games left. If they win them all, they control their destiny. They would be either the 5th or the 6th seed if they win them all. Now, you don't really want the 5th seed, right? I don't think the Clippers, the Lakers, or the Warriors, if they have their druthers, want the 5th seed because you meet Phoenix. Not that, they don't think they can beat them, but still, that's a tough first-round matchup. Nobody really wants them. What all 3 teams probably want is the 6th. You get an inexperienced Sacramento team. But you just, is that something to do with it? I don't know. Thing is, Rob, if they lose tonight, which I think they will if AD and LeBron don't play, the Lakers, and they finish in the play-in, then we saw last night, Rob, anything can happen on a 1 game. Denver gets blown out by Houston, which is terrible. Rockets were the worst team in the league, and they blew out the team with the best record in the West. The Lakers almost lost, had to go to overtime against a Utah team missing its 2 best players. In a one-and-done situation, anything can happen. And I know it wouldn't be one and done for the Lakers if they're the 7 or 8, but it basically be 2 one-and-dones. And I just don't think you want that. Plus, if you make the playoffs, meaning the top 6 seeds, then, Rob, you get a week off in between the end of the regular season and the playoffs. If I'm the Lakers, I'm like, you know what? Let's play now, and so we can get a rest later, which is next week. And so it's a big game, and I don't know, Rob, I think there also might be a little, do you think there's anything of, look, if they go out tonight with their big guns and lose, do the Clippers have their number? Is it, I don't know. I don't know if it's some gamesmanship or what, but
and they can't be acting like, oh no, well, we don't want to win because we want to be in the 5th seed. You better be careful. Like
right.
You're not that cemented, right?
No, you can't. Things are way too close for any of these teams to kind of try to pick where you're going to end up. And Rob, you would have thought too that they knew it was a back-to-back. They knew Utah was really, let's keep it real, not really trying to win. They've lost 7 of their last 8. They're trying to be in the lottery. It's interesting that they didn't sit LeBron and AD or one of them
Thank
last
you.
night, right?
One should have
this
sat,
is
and
the
then you make
game.
sure you have one or both of them for this game, right?
Right,
At least.
right. Which again makes you wonder, do they just think, we don't want to go out there. We got momentum. We got a new squad. We got LeBron and AD both healthy. If we go out there and lose to the Clippers again, they'll really feel like they own us if we meet them again in the playoffs, and our guys
I
might
can't
lose
get over
momentum.
the Clippers. I know matchups matter in the NBA, but my God, because it's not just the 10 in a row. I mean, if you go back further, they've beaten them like ridiculously. Like I just can't get over how many times they've beaten the Lakers.
Yeah, no, they've had their number. So it's interesting, but I'm with you. I'd love to see him play. Right, yet again, another big game on TV,
Disappointing.
national
That's
TV.
going to be
That
disappointing.
we might be disappointed.